I've rebuilt this Honda Civic, this motorcycle from 1975, and now we're gonna be rebuilding this. My buddy's 2005 Subaru Impreza WRX STI. And this car is in need of a lot of work. It's gonna need a lot more work than the Honda Civic ever needed. So, since we're back on cars, I guess I kinda hate myself to a degree. Once again, I have no idea what I'm doing. Here we go. What we're gonna do first is we're gonna get this throttle body off. Then once we have the throttle body taken off, once we have the pulley system right here taken off, we're gonna try and remove this coolant radiator right here. I think I'm just gonna try and pull off every possible hose and connection that I can so that I can make room for Dax to pull off the turbo, because that was something that he really wanted to do, so I kind of want to leave the turbo for him. I have no idea how messy this is going to get, but let's quit wasting time and make some progress. After removing the two coolant lines to the throttle body house, it came right out. That pulley system was the power steering pump. Then after removing the radiator and letting some of it drain out, it was all looking a lot clearer. So we started to remove the power steering reservoir and a handful more coolant lines, including the coolant bypass hose. We tried to remove the turbo, but there was a really big problem. The turbo's a little bit stuck because the top bolt right here is bent. And that is not coming off anytime soon. So, I mean, we've ripped out a lot of the engine bay stuff. Got tons of parts down there. Ton of parts up here, so we're making progress, but now we actually start making a change. I decided to get some more lights so that I could properly see, but in order to get this bolt out, I decided to just chisel and saw its way out. As you can see, it's connected to a bracket, so we'll have to replace this later. No way. Yes! Unfortunately, there's one below. Oh, yes! That was in the same condition, so I had to get it out with a little bit of persuasion. I am the engine. Guy on the engine. Hopefully never engine on the guy. Let's go! Oh my gosh! Let's go! That is beyond decimated, but that worked. All right, so we have all of the exhaust disconnected from the turbo. All of those bolts are now disconnected. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get under the car. We are going to undo the bolts that connect the exhaust together because Dax wants those off. Hopefully I can remove this exhaust pipe right here, which leads down to the catalytic converter. I can pull those off, and then there's two nuts right there that we need to get off. And then once we get those off, then we're gonna have Dax do the last pull on the turbo, because I think everything is disconnected. Everything should be able to just come off and the turbo should just be able to pull. So we're gonna try and get that exhaust off. We're making progress, yay! See, this is why we make mistakes, so we can learn. And I definitely was learning. Apparently there's this concept called gravity. After the catalytic converter was removed, I had some access to the final two nuts. And now the turbo is really loose. So, since this is Dax's car, and one of the things that I know that he's wanted to do with this car for the longest time was to pull the turbo off, I promised him that I would let him take it off. He's on his way to the unit, and I'm so excited because I'm finally making progress on this stupid car. I'm so proud. I'm so happy.
What do you need from me?
You know how I promised you could pull the turbo out?
Yeah.
There's two bolts. In such a short time, we were making some pretty good progress with disassembly. This is something that Dax has wanted to do for a while. There were a handful of coolant hoses still connected, so I gave Dax some pliers so that he could remove them. And with them out, the turbo was free.
She is. Well, my turbo blew up. See all that play.
Dude, that's bloody impressive, dude. Like, just look at those fan blades in that. That is
They were
bad.
folded over, man. Yeah, there she is. Got a very expensive paperweight manufactured by Subaru.
Hey, that's a trophy. So what are you gonna do with that?
Might as well keep it. Paid Subaru $3,000 for this POS. I just blew up.
For that?
Yeah.
The turbo?
Yeah.
Jeez.
And the labor and everything too.
And just like that, Merry Christmas. As Dax says, oh my gosh, that's really heavy. The turbo's out. And now we can start doing some more stuff to the engine. I don't know what I'm gonna do now.
Pull the motor.
Cherry picker! Thank you so much for watching. And we'll see you in the next adventure. Peace out.